Oh, yes. Welcome back to another great episode of the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. Of course, you know I am the man on the street.
It's Tim Dog from Be More Careful.
And the Mad Professor in the boot.
And as you can see, Pharaoh King, he's trying to get on. He having technical difficulties, but that's why I say don't wait till the last minute to try to get on. We try to get on so we can work all these kinks out, but hopefully his internet will get back on point and he will be joining us shortly. But like we always do, and how we start our podcast off, got to ask the brothers how the day went. So, Mad Professor, how was your day?
Yeah.
I fucked him up.
Yeah. It was fine until it was fine.
Touche.
It was fine until I started reading some stuff about politics that I'm gonna keep off this show. But other than that, it was all right.
All right, then. All right. Tim Dog, what about you, my brother?
My day was good, man. Physical therapy wore me out, but I love it. I'm getting better and just had a day cleaning up my house and cooking for my wife.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like I said, earn your pay, nigga. Earn your pay.
Hey, I earn my payday.
As for me, man, my day went well. This weather kind of tricked me because last week the temperature dropped to like 70 degrees. Now it's about 90 degrees. I thought it's gonna be cooler in this goddamn garage, but I guess my knee wasn't hurting. See, that's what it was. See, my knee was hurting. The weather changing. My knee ain't hurting today.
That's why. That's why I told you last week, bro. When the weather changed, you in trouble.
Yeah,
because you don't know if it's gonna be your knee or your head sweating.
Yeah, man. But I tell you, man, it's hot in this goddamn garage. Plus, there's lights. And the other thing, I'm gonna shout out my son-in-law, man. My son-in-law, he's laying down a cement slab for me. I asked him to do it for me. He's hopefully he get it done before this Labor Day kick in, so I could extend my patio. I don't know why I should have told him I wanted a bigger patio to be able to add shit to, but my son-in-law is doing that for me. So Eric, shouting you out. If you need your patio done, hey, my son-in-law. He know how to do that stuff. But let's go ahead and kick this sports show off. Man, what a great week of sports. I don't know if y'all watched it, but man, college football was off the chain. Now, did y'all watch any of the games?
Oh, I watched every second of it.
Okay, then. But this one, I wasn't expecting. I don't think nobody called this when we were saying the first team to go down. So I didn't see it. But it happened. And it happened in another goddamn country. Boy, that was a long flight back. I know it was.
Sun setting over Dublin. There's Burr. He was a heck of a kicker as a freshman, nearly making 90% of his field goals. 2nd and 7. Chad Alexander splits out. Haynes King remains. How do they manage this final minute to try to pull off a big upset? Oh, the ball is out! Haynes King scoops it up and being chased down, and they lose yardage. So that mishap puts them in a compromised situation. They get it quickly to the outside to Singleton, and he drives his legs inside the 30. Meaning Aiden Burr, 44 yards away to do it. He got it! He got it! And the Yellow Jackets did it! Upset in hand. They found themselves a pot of gold at the end of their Irish rainbow. Number 10 Florida State goes down in Dublin.
So, fellas, let me ask you this. The question is, will Florida State make the college football playoffs after the upset loss to Georgia Tech? And what do you think of the game, Mad Professor?
Yeah, I mean, it's 12, the top 12 teams now.
That's right.
So, I mean, one loss, especially early on in the season to one of your rivals, that's not as big of a deal as it used to be when it was just the top 4. So they can still make the playoff. And what I thought of the game, I loved every moment of it because last year Florida State went 13-0 in the regular season and including the ACC title. So they was talking mad crap about they should be this, they should be that, just to get mollywopped by Georgia and beat this weekend to the team that's been one of the worst in the ACC for the last 10 years. So great game.
it was crazy because Georgia Tech, they usually run that option play a lot.
Right.
That's all I know. Georgia Tech, they really didn't have no quarterback, but man, it was a great game. Tim Dog, your thoughts?
Oh yeah, I mean the way that the system is now, and even before that, I think it was Alabama who lost their first game, and they were number 1, dropped down to like number 6, and then got to the championship. I mean, anything's possible on any given Saturday, but that was a game right there. I didn't see all of it only because I was just I don't like Florida State, never liked them, but I'm glad they got their ass whooped.
I didn't watch too much of it as well because I already said to myself, man, Florida State about to run up and down the field on these guys. Because what y'all just say, Georgia Tech is not known for a powerhouse, not even on football, not even college football. I never know them to have a great college football team. But like you just said, on any given Saturday, if you don't have your A game, you will fumble and stumble and bumble like my man, what's his name?
Chris Berman.
Yeah, Chris Berman and say and lose the game. And to lose it, especially when that quarterback, that play with the guy was going in motion and it hit him, and you thought, oh man, they just blew it. But then they give it that big play to get them back in on field goal on range.
And that was the thing about the whole game. Every time Florida State would kick Georgia Tech in the nuts, Georgia Tech would wipe themselves off, put a little ice down their shorts and keep going. Yeah. I mean, and that was the thing. That's the other thing with Florida State is that even last year they were susceptible to the run all year long. If you got into, and if you run on them, they lose it. If you get into the middle of the field on them, into the second, what they call the second line of defense,
that's right.
You get big plays on them. So I mean, Florida State played with a house of cards last year because they had one of the weakest schedules, and the fact that Clemson last year was garbage helped them out a whole lot.
Yeah. Tim Dog, jump in there.
Well, I used to be an ACC person back in the day. I liked North Carolina and Miami when they were there, but that Georgia Tech, they just heard all the noise. And like most underdog teams, they was like, fuck them. We're going to go out here and we're going to do our best. They may beat us, but they're not going to beat us bad. And luck would have it, defense, from what I saw, the defense of Georgia Tech was, pretty good up in the second half. But the first half, they weren't that well. But Florida State just played a team that was more confident than them.
Yeah, and you made a great point there because every team goes in not to lose. Yeah, I hate to say that, because anything can happen. And I think Florida State might have was on their high horse because they were ranked so high. Plus, they had a great season last year. Like you say, Clemson had a bad season, math professor. So basically, Florida State was running roughshod until they make that buzzsaw. But now it's just odd to me that after that first loss, knowing that there's an expansion in the college football playoff, why are so many people asking for the head coach to be fired, Matt Professor?
Well, because they're people are what's the term? They become well, not so much fickle, but they become prisoners of the moment. And when they see something happen, they all of a sudden go, "Oh my God, the sky is falling! The sky is falling!" And it was just an acorn that fell on their head, or a cop's cart and had them shoot up the whole goddamn neighborhood. But I understand why they want to fire the coach. It's stupid, but I understand it because the DJ, and I'm not gonna say this guy's name right because I have never looked it up, so I'm gonna call him DJ Ukulele.
I know you're talking about.
He wasn't good when he came from Clemson anyway, which is why you think Clemson let good players go. No. They let him go for a reason. They let him into the transfer portal for a reason, and Florida State scoop him up thinking, okay, we got our quarterback that can replace the guy that they had last year, and DJ is not that dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you. Y'all saw what Joe put up, man. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'll put it up one more time. Georgia Tech OC started at Valdosta State under Mike Leach and worked under Todd Monken at UGA. He has some good experience.
And that's what I was going to bring up. Their new defensive coordinator came from Georgia. So, I mean, that I think that's who it is. I know they had a Georgia assistant. I think it's their new defensive coordinator, but they put a coaching staff together for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, and that's what you got to say, because I know they're tired of hearing about them. The Yellow Jacks are tired of hearing about the Bulldogs. They're trying to make some noise too. Tim Dog, your final thoughts.
Hey, they already made some noise, and right now Georgia Tech, I'm shocked. But just like Joseph said, I didn't know that Florida State lost 2 consecutive games to Georgia teams. I'm like, dang, maybe Florida just need to play in Florida, not in Georgia. But that was in Dublin, so dang, I guess it don't matter where they play.
Yeah, they was in Ireland. That's why I said that was a long trip all the way back.
Yeah,
and, and basically Georgia Tech is starting the season out just like the Colorado Buffaloes. What they do last year. They went up. I think it was Nebraska, but I don't think Nebraska was ranked in the top 10. I think it was in the top 25. Don't quote me on that. But then they went out. They went out and put on a show, and they took the win. So, man, shout out, dropping a bomb for Georgia Tech, getting that win. But man, yeah. But let's keep this show moving on, man. Speaking of Colorado, I don't know if y'all heard, but man, Deion Sanders, he ain't playing with these goddamn reporters. So my question to you is Deion off his rocker, or he needs to just say, hey, the hell with it, and go along with what everybody else is saying about his program, or better yet, shut his mouth and just coach football?
Deion Sanders got some stuff going on at the University of Colorado. Share with us, just summarize quickly so VJ and I can get on this.
Sure. So it started on Friday when the Denver Post announced publicly that the University of Colorado and Deion Sanders had formally sent them a statement saying that Sean Keeler, who they believe has been disrespectful with his coverage over the last year or so of the Colorado program, and Deion specifically, has been banned from asking questions at any upcoming media availability. They said that these attacks were personal, that it was obviously something that was not above board. Some of the comments that they brought up were that he called Deion a false prophet. They called him Deposition Deion, call him the Bruce Lee of BS. The list goes on and on. Yesterday, Deion Sanders addressed the situation when another reporter asked, well, hey, if this is what's going on with you and the Denver Post, are you even going to answer a negative question if I ask you a negative question? Take a listen.
I'm not negative to anybody in here. I will challenge you and ask you why or where is this coming from. So I'm not built like that. I'm not built to hate.
And as you see, that's from the Odd Couple. I'm gonna give them this shout out. But before we move on to the question, Pharaoh King, welcome to the show.
Pharaoh.
Wait, where that ghost come from?
I don't know, man. Listen, my internet is trash. I don't know what's going on with it.
Just like that sandwich you just ate.
I paid for an upgrade. Downgrade.
But before we go on, man, what's your thoughts on the Georgia Tech Florida State? Because I know you love Florida State. I know that's your favorite team. So what's your thought? Trust me, I know your team. I know your team. Come on, man.
No,
you saying it's a Florida team?
I'm upset. I'm upset because
he loves Bobby Bowden. He got Bobby Bowden posted in his goddamn room right now. So what's your thought on that whole outlook before we move on?
You got Jimmy John.
Hey, you remember when we picked the top 10 last first out?
Yes.
Nobody picked Florida State.
No, because I didn't see that.
Yeah, so there's a guy at work, my man Holly. He's a Florida State fan. He's the only one that said that they were probably going to lose that game, and he's a Florida State fan. So out of everybody we talked to that like sports, he's the only one that said no. I think they're going to lose the first game. And look, they're not.
And they lost, and there goes the internet. It's internet, janky.
Man, I got
janky ass internet.
What's that commercial back in
Yeah, I got that.
What was
that?
But let's go into the question at hand. Is Deion Sanders out of pocket for saying that he's not going to take questions from this local reporter by banning him? Let's get Pharaoh before he blocks out again or blacks out again. Pharaoh, your thoughts?
I was looking at that this morning and yesterday. Like I said, he can ban whoever you want. If you don't want to talk to somebody, I think it's in his contract for what he was saying. It's up to him. If you want to talk to somebody, don't talk to him. I mean, I don't really have no problem with it. It's his choice, you know. It's like us at work. There's some people we don't talk to at work.
That's true.
So
That's true. That's true.
I walk in, even if they say good morning, I'm hesitant to even say good morning back because they might take that as a some type of insult or something. So,
I got you. I got you. Get into Tim, dog. Your thoughts. The Deion, is it petty though? That's what I'm saying. Is it kind of petty? Because you are the head coach. You are the head coach, and you can have people saying things about you. So your thoughts on what Deion said? He said he got love for everybody, but I guess you don't have love for that guy.
Obviously, the reporter is antagonizing purposely, Deion. Maybe he doesn't like him or whatever the case may be, but as a reporter, you need to be professional and ask the questions related to the subject of that person and that sport, not sit there and give your personal, opinion of how you think that person and their program is. If that's the case, just write it. Don't sit there and, purposely act ignorant because you're a reporter and you have the right to ask a question. Yeah, and he has the right not to answer it. If you gonna get ignorant, I'm sure he could too. Just like
it's just like it's just like I'm sorry, it's just like Giannis when he didn't want to answer Malika Andrews. Nobody said nothing about that.
But
she's a problem.
Yeah, she might be a problem though. Let me ask you this, Mad Professor. She might be the problem, but Deion Sanders could have kept that in-house. He could have kept that to himself. Why put it out there to everybody? Because now you got other reporters asking the same thing. So if we say something that you don't like, are you not going to answer our question as well, Mad Professor?
Well, I agree with I think Pharaoh. He doesn't have to answer a question if he doesn't want to. And the thing of it is, when it comes to Deion, it's a double-edged sword for me because I never cared for him anyway. I was never a fan of Deion's anyway, either as a player or as a coach. But my whole issue is it's just like what happened with him. What was it, 4 years ago, maybe? Just after he had taken the Jackson State job, and someone in the media addressed him with Deion, and he said, "No, you call me Coach Sanders or Coach Prime, just like you do Nick Saban." And the issue I have with is because it's Deion Sanders, a lot of them are taking him to task for the shit that his players do when they wouldn't take Nick Saban to task for shit his players did, because he always had a bunch of players that got in trouble with the law as well, just like every other college coach in America. So yes, he's out of pocket for not wanting to take the question, but he has every damn right to do so.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. And I don't know if y'all saw what Joe said. I'm trying to take this off the street. There it goes, right there. Yeah. But like you say though, to me, the only issue I have is that he put it out, because I agree with what y'all say. The guy could have asked a question and he could have said next question. You understand what I'm saying? He could just say next question, not say anything. But to put it out in a form like that, to me, make him look petty, because prime time, you a showman. You want everybody to see how great you are, but yet you don't want to be criticized, or you don't like the way I criticize you. Now, if it's personal, that's different. They say that the guy did say some personal things to him, but if it's not personal, answer the question. Or better yet, just say, "Hey, next question." Or better yet, no comment. Pharaoh.
I mean, Stephen A. Smith does it all the time. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, he says stuff to people all the time, and then when somebody when Kevin Durant hits him up, we say he's soft.
Yeah.
But he's taking shots at Kevin Durant, and Kevin Durant defends himself, but we call Kevin Durant soft because he's not engaging, Stephen A. So everybody has a right to voice their opinion, no matter how it is. Twitter, social media, whatever the case is, it doesn't matter. They're the ones that have to go through it, not us.
See, my thing about Coach Deion, and the reason I don't care for him, is when things are going well for him, he's peacocking all up and down the field.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
But soon as shit starts going bad, he wants to close ranks. He starts becoming more and more surly. And last year I had an issue with him because every time they lose, he'd call out one player that made a mistake, but never his son, who's the quarterback. And quarterback have soft ass feelings according to everybody, so you can't call them out. But if you're gonna start calling out players, my brother, you need to start calling out all of them. And your son made a bunch of damn mistakes last year too. But so, like I said, don't change because shit has gotten bad for you. Because when it's going good, you're pounding your chest, calling yourself King Kong, like Denzel did, and or saying King Kong ain't got shit on you,
me.
like
Right.
you said in training day. And when things going bad, you don't want to talk to nobody. Nah, bro. If you're gonna be the head coach, be the damn head coach.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's why I said before we go to Tim Dog, his last thoughts on the subject. That's my whole thing. There's certain ways you go about it. You have to put it out in the public. Now you're giving this guy some more notoriety. Now you got the other reporters thinking, I can't ask this question because I don't want to get blocked. And that's what I'm saying, because he basically made it about himself, not his program. It's not about you. It's about the program. If the guy's asking a question about the program and where y'all headed, or better yet, you having a bad game, just like you say, Matt Professor, you can't call out one player. No, you got to call yourself out. You got to say, hey, man, that was bad coaching on my part, because it starts with the coaching. Yeah, they go out there, they play, and the players do take the brunt. But if you call them bum ass players, or you call them bum ass routes, that's on the coaching. Your defense giving up 50 points. That's on the coaching. That the coaching scheme that you do. Tim Dog, get in there.
I mean, Deion should know that being a black coach of Division I school like Colorado, anything and everything he does is just going to get polarized. And that's just only because of, the environment of college football. And the coaches, majority white, who can pretty much do what they want, get away with it, just like Matt Professor said, with their players doing wrong, but the coach is not being held accountable. But yet here it is, Deion players doing something wrong, and they holding him accountable. It's a double standard. And if I were Deion, I would bring that out and say it, but yet at the same time let them know that, hey, I'm just like any other coach that's in this college football. We have players that do wrong, we have players that do right. I'm not going to babysit, but I'm going to hold them accountable. And that way, and he can say that he's trying to do something for someone, but he can't do everything for everyone. And a lot of these coaches can. That's why they have.
But that's not the point, though.
On.
It's not about the play. It's about him.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But you went to the players. No, Tim. No, I can't let you get that one, because what he's saying is, y'all can't criticize me. Y'all can't criticize me. Like I say, if it's a personal attack, I could understand that. But basically, what he's telling reporters, y'all can't criticize me. If y'all criticize me, I'm not going to. Tim Dog, you got your hand? No, you say something negative about the way I coach. No, I'm not going to talk to you. Pharaoh, you say he sounded like Trump. Right. I don't like what you say to me. You talking nasty to me, so I'm not going to take your call. I'm not going to take your no, you can't do that as the head coach.
But you don't hold on, but you don't really know how much he has to endure to get to this point. Is this something that's every day, every week? But once again, him being a black coach at a Colorado, and he's not going to get those, as Matt Professor say, white privileges.
I'm gonna say. Let me say this. I agree. Let me say this. Then I'm gonna get you, because I agree with what Joe just said. He said Coach Prime is his persona. He's trying to live as Coach Prime, being a coach, but it's not helping Deion Sanders be a better coach. Go ahead, Pharaoh. I mean to cut you off.
No, so with Tim, with him, he's not like any other coach because he is a star.
And that's what I was about to get at.
Yeah, he's not like it. He's not. There's no other coach that ever been on the level that he's been as a player, or it's just the persona itself. So, what our man on the street is saying, yes, he has to watch what he's saying and what he's doing, because he's known as something else. Like you said, you could not. What's the name? Couldn't be a head coach. Larry Bird couldn't be a head coach. You see what I'm saying? Michael Jordan can't be a head coach, because those guys are at the top of their game, and everything that they do is going to be scrutinized, and that's what's going on with him.
And that's what I was about to get at. That's what I was about to get at.
No, you was talking about the players, Tim. You went to the players. We were just talking about.
No, I wasn't talking about players. No, I was talking about as far as Deion and his responsibility for the players, or when players do something wrong, just like Matt Professor was saying. When at other schools, player do something wrong, you don't hear the meter and everyone talking about, oh, fire the coach, get rid of him. He's not responsible.
Because
He
they
should be
don't have that
you don't hear
persona.
that, but you hear that
What
from
they don't.
Deion.
What I'm gonna say this, and I brought up Saban specifically because Saban built that reputation to be given. He built his reputation up to be given that kind of leeway because he built a championship program. Coach Prime hasn't done that yet. I mean, he did at Jackson State, but honestly, he said it wasn't hard to do. So I'll take his word for that. But my problem with Deion is he seems to be more interested in being a damn celebrity than a head coach of a football program, especially a D1 program. Dudes, and I said this last year when we talked about sports, the little bit we did. Stay out the goddamn commercials. Stop making all these damn commercials and practice and become better at your damn craft. I mean, that's just it.
His sideline is looking like when he used to play with the Falcons.
Right.
Yeah.
It's celebrity.
Yeah, he got Warren Sapp, you got Ed Reed. Who else he got over there?
And remember, I brought that up last year when Colorado was winning. He had all these celebrities on the damn sideline. I brought it up last year.
He was
more
missing.
interested in being a celebrity and then being a head coach.
It's an MC Hammer. That's all he needs.
No, all he was missing was the man on the street, because the man on the street would have tell him, man, get these motherfuckers off here except for me. Answer my question, Deion. So I got some shit I got to get off my chest. But let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, man, everybody got something to say about the 80s, or better yet, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and early 2000 basketball. And Ant-Man. Oh, man. Ant-Man.
Oh, I got something on this.
He put his foot in his goddamn mouth. So, fellas, do y'all agree or disagree with what Ant-Man said about the 80s and 90s
I'm
players?
going to say disagree before the video.
Anthony Edwards never wanted to bite his tongue. And in an interview with the Wall Street Journal, Ant-Man had this to say about 80s and 90s hoopers, saying, quote, didn't watch it back in the day, so I can't speak on it. They say it was tougher back then than it is now, but I don't think anybody had skill back then. Michael Jordan was the only one that really had skill. You know what I mean? So that's why when they saw Kobe, they were like, oh, my God. But now everybody has skill. So didn't watch it, can't speak on it, then spoke on it.
All right. Was Anthony Davis correct when he said basketball players of the 90s, better yet, 80s and 90s, had no skill? Go ahead, Pharaoh. You jumping at the bit.
Anthony Davis.
Oh, my bad. Y'all knew the fuck I'm talking about. Anthony, hey, thank you. So let me go ahead and change that. Anthony Davis on my mind.
So I'm pretty sure all of us are going to say no, he was not correct. 2, nobody ever says anything about today's baseball players being more skilled than yesteryear's baseball players. Nobody say anything about soccer players being more skilled today than they were yesteryear. Nobody talks about NFL players being more skilled today than they were. Yeah, they might be faster and stronger, but who said they're more skilled than the players back in the day? They don't call them trash men or whatever. It's only the basketball players that want to down each other from other eras, and I don't understand that.
Get in there, man, Professor.
Well, they down in the other players because they're trying to justify that they're trying to justify their overpaid asses. Because to be perfectly honest with you, 90% of them nowadays only played basketball because of somebody videos they saw of somebody playing in the 80s and 90s, including Anthony Edwards. So he can be quiet with that BS. And a nigga, until you win something, a title on your own, and not a Olympic gold medal where you were an afterthought and a bench warmer, shut your ass up, my guy. Just play ball.
Yeah, because he did not attribute to anything on that USA gold.
Exactly.
Team.
Yeah.
Less than Jason damn Tatum.
Get in there, Tim Dog, man. They were talking about your teams from the 50s, man. Don't let them do you like that. Don't let them do you like that.
That's why we all
that joke playing netball.
That's why we all need a bomb and a Negro please button.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm riding around on my hobby horse. I gotta go to Walmart. No, but I wonder what Penny Hardaway would have to say about that. Allen Iverson, Kenny Anderson. How about Kevin Johnson? What was the white boy name that played for New Jersey that had the handles and the skills?
Oh, White Chocolate. Jason Williams, I think.
No,
he
was with the
Kings. He more like 2000 though.
No, yeah, but the Kings.
Still, I mean, you have all these people with handles and athleticism, and at the same time toughness. You didn't hear them complain about, oh, why he touching me? Like Kevin Garnett said, and he said this to Anthony Edwards, young man, you don't know what the hell you talking about. Back in the day, The reason why we didn't have as much skills
Right.
because everything was physical. And
Yeah.
the NBA changed the rules so that you can have your skill games.
Mr.
Yeah.
Joseph just put it out there though. See, and
Yeah.
that's what everybody talks about.
Jason
And
Kidd.
in
Oh,
fact,
my goodness.
in the 80s and 90s, they didn't. In the 80s and 90s, like you said, they didn't talk about the other eras. They just said they didn't get to play with those eras, and they
Exactly.
almost wish they could to see how their skills matched up against them.
Yeah.
But like I
yeah.
said, these fools nowadays, they get more money, they play fewer games, and they want to sit there and try to justify it by saying the other eras were weak and garbage compared to them. Nah, bro. Because your whole game is somebody else's.
Yeah, and to say that they're not skilled, I want to say they wasn't skilled, but the game has to evolve. And just like you say, Tim Dog, they made a lot of rules change because they were tired of seeing low scoring games. Nobody want to see a 70 to 75 game. You know what I'm saying? They want to see the 3 ball. So it really don't take a lot of skill to shoot a 3. But
right,
you forgot what's my man, Mitch Richmond. Mitch Richmond was a bad boy.
Oh, yeah.
What's my man had the crossover? Tim Hardaway.
Latrell Sprewell had the crossover.
Sprewell, you know what I'm saying? Then you go back to the 80s. You had Charles Barkley. You had Charles Barkley. Of course, you had Magic. You had the Iceman, George Gervin with the finger roll.
Yeah,
I mean, you could go on. Akeem Olajuwon. Come on, motherfucker.
And look at all these
nobody ever
for practice right now.
Yeah, between Hakeem Olajuwon and Larry Johnson, they had the best post spin moves. They would spin you out to fucking shoot.
And that's what I'm about to say. And the thing of it is, all these players you name, 90% of them, and maybe 99% of them, played 99% of the games they was available to play in. They didn't need to take a day off. In fact, they played 3 straight nights sometimes and still played the whole damn game.
Yeah. And
these cats nowadays are horrible.
Yeah, they have back. You're right.
And that's what I'm saying. For him to say something like that, man, and he even said it himself. He didn't watch those guys play. But before you say something like that, you have to go back, check the tape. If you're a Cowboys fan, check your VCR because they got I got to get him in there.
But that just goes to show you that he's not a true basketball fan since he doesn't know the history of the game.
Yeah,
that's just that simple. Because most people, if you're a basketball professional, you can name and do stuff from the past. If that's why you where you are now, but he can't say that. So he's he probably gonna be like Gilbert Arenas. He's not gonna win anything. He's gonna be chasing money his whole career.
Yeah, before we get to Tim Dog, your final thoughts. My thing is the game has to evolve because they had the set shot, motherfucker wasn't even jumping. If there's somebody came in with the jump shot, you know what I'm saying? There's somebody
they couldn't even dunk the ball.
They couldn't
dunk it. They could lay it in, but they couldn't dunk
and then somebody came in with the crossover. Allen Iverson mastered the crossover, but he learned it from somebody.
Tim Hardaway.
I'm saying for me, the crossover with Allen Iverson, but he learned it for somebody. But that's what I'm saying. So the game has to evolve. They was actually doing the Euro step back in the 80s, but they would call it traveling. Now you got the Euro step, but now you got everybody shooting the goddamn 3 ball, and that's what they think. That's not skill to me. Skill is being able to get to that goddamn paint every goddamn time. Tim Dog.
And that's why Jordan said that.
Hey, I agree with you, man, on the street. I'm an old school fool when it comes to basketball. I believe in the physicality because without it, it's just a shoot around.
The sad shit is the WNBA game is more physical than the NBA game.
And you don't hear no women crying.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, they get screamed.
They destroy each other.
Yeah, you know what? Anthony Anderson.
You don't hear them
Anthony
Edwards, bitching or nothing.
I think Anthony Edwards probably pushed more NBA fans to the WNBA with that damn comment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I agree with Joe just say what Adam Silver made a 65 game rule for the league to push back against load management. Shows how skill level is different. God damn,
when you have to, and I was going to bring that up. When you got to put a rule in to make sure they play 90% of the damn these millionaires play 90% of their games. It's sad.
Yeah. It's sad. It's sad. But then Magic had to say something. So I already know I already know what y'all going to say. So, but Magic has something to say about what they say about people in the 80s and the 90s.
Just said the other day that there really wasn't any skilled players in the NBA back in the day outside of Michael Jordan. That's what he said. Your response to that, Earvin Magic Johnson?
Well, you know, I don't never respond to a guy that's never won a championship. There's not nothing to really say. He didn't win a college championship. I don't know if he even won a high school championship. So
I would say that he did win.
Right.
Yeah, he did win a high school championship. But Matt Professor, get in there.
Right. If you haven't reached the pinnacle of your sport, shut your damn mouth. Just be quiet. And like I said, these new players nowadays, they just irritate me because they seem like they do shit for clicks. Whether or not they believe what they say or not, they're gonna say it just to get the goddamn clicks and to get their name on TV. That, my God, is pathetic, man.
I got you. Get in there, Pharaoh.
It was a coach just recently last season. There's one of the new players. They were losing at halftime, and this coach, they was losing at halftime, and he said he had posted a dunk. He said, "Hey, take that down. You weren't losing."
Right.
Like, why would you put that up when you're down 15, 20 points at half? So that just shows that they're, like I said, once again, they don't have any self-awareness about the game and what teamwork is to try to get to that next pinnacle, of excellence.
I got you, Tim Dog. Your thoughts?
I think if I was Anthony Edwards, I would humble myself and say, I was wrong. And then for the rest of the season, just play his best game. Don't
I got another one.
You
I'm just saying because
no, after you.
Because to me, he opened his mouth and inserted foot. Now, from here on, people are going to look at him according to how he responds to this. He said, "Oh, I didn't look at the players that much back in the day." If you didn't look at them, then how do you know they weren't good? But at the same time, just humble yourself because everyone knows you're stupid when saying it.
Yeah,
and
before we get
you're a young man in the league making all this money, and like Pharaoh said, you don't know the history, but yet you want to know the game.
Yeah,
I mean, before you know your history, you will never understand.
Yeah. Before we go to you, Pharaoh, the oddest thing he said that I don't want to comment, but like my man said, he don't want to comment, but then he went on to comment. But go ahead, Pharaoh.
If you look at Anthony Edwards' shoes, all they did was took Kanye's shoes and put his name on it. They're the same basketball shoes.
Man, I'm giving you goddamn Negro, please. Because man, the hell with his goddamn shoes. It's only a goddamn shoe connoisseur with goddamn shoes.
No, because what I'm saying is he thinks he has something now because he has a shoe deal.
No, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you what it is. This is just my opinion. When they start saying that he's the next face of the NBA, because he got the charisma, he got the smile, he got the athleticism like a Jordan or Kobe or LeBron. He got everything that everybody would need. But now he's feeling himself by saying something stupid like that. You know what I'm saying? All he could have said when the guy asked him, "Hey, what?" He should have said, like everybody say, what Deion should say, "No comment." Hey, but better yet, I haven't watched those guys play, and leave it at that. But for him to keep going on about it, it made it even worse. Because now, let's say if you want some information about after your years playing basketball, Magic Johnson is a billionaire. I mean, damn.
LeBron's a billionaire.
No, but he watched LeBron. I'm talking about people I'm talking about back in that day. Junior Bridgman, a millionaire. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So what I'm saying. So now you done shit it on us. So instead of us trying to help you, which I don't think would be a bad look, you shit it on us. So why would we go out our way to help you, Matt Professor?
The stupid thing about him saying this is, say he wants to leave Minnesota. Say he wants to leave Minnesota. A lot of the players you just insulted have a lot of sway with the team you might want to go to. So you say you want to go to the Lakers? Guess who might stop that? I mean, the dude is, like I said, they just say the stupidest shit that come off the top of their head because a lot of times they've been drinking or smoking or doing what the hell ever, or sunstroke, what the hell ever. Then they just gonna open their stupid mouths and say the stupid shit that come on, that the first stupid shit that come to your head. And your mom always tell you, always say the second thing that come to mind, not the first, because the first will get you in trouble.
Every goddamn time.
He's young. He has
but-
time to redeem
but you know-
himself in the league. So I mean, he's saying it now, and he got time to, like I said, to redeem himself, to show that hey, I was wrong, and or to say that hey, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right.
Because
Pharaoh,
you know the older players, they're not gonna forget this.
no.
That's my point.
They're
Pharaoh,
not
I'm gonna
gonna
give you the final comment on this
Yeah.
topic, man. Go ahead.
I would say that he played with Kevin Durant, which he said was his idol, right, growing up. But I'm pretty sure if Kevin Durant, if he has an idol, then Kevin Durant has an idol. I'm pretty sure he does not know who's Kevin Durant idol is. And that says enough about him for me.
Yeah, that is true. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the show where we talk about this bullshit team. Oh shit. I don't even want to talk about this motherfucker. But the
About the
motherfucker finally
76ers?
got paid.
No, the
no.
Cardinals.
No, hell no. Hey, you know the 76ers, man. I don't want to talk about the motherfuckers either. So, Embiid in the Olympics, his out of shape ass. He's supposed to be dominating. He couldn't dominate shit. Man, why you see Pharaoh? You get the because you get me started, and I ain't even sitting that subject.
I got two of them already. Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, it's that time we talk about this motherfucker. He finally got his money, and he got big money.
Yeah, he did.
Hit the wrong button.
Yeah, he did.
There it is right there. I got it. There.
All right.
Got some breaking news out of the NFL. Cowboys All-Pro wide receiver CeeDee Lamb's getting paid. Both he and the team agreeing on a 4-year extension worth $136 million. That's coming from multiple reports. The deal includes a $38 million signing bonus, a record for a wide receiver. It also goes with a $100 million guarantee. The agreement ends a long standoff between Lamb and the Cowboys less than 2 weeks before the regular season begins in Cleveland for Dallas against the Browns. Hey, CeeDee Lamb got paid. What do you think?
What you think, Tim Dog, with your big ass cup?
I say CeeDee Lamb better play his heart out, stop bitching and crying, and don't get hurt.
Get in there, man, Professor.
That was gonna be the last part of my soliloquy. Don't get hurt, because you know the shit gonna happen. He gonna get hurt like the first or second game. But my thing is, remember back when, and I know I age myself every time I started some shit with that phrase, but remember when players earned the paycheck they got rather than I mean, this nigga was still owed $18 million this year. I'm sorry. If I was a team owner, I'd have pulled this whole card. Go ahead, sit out and don't get paid. Go ahead. Go ahead, because guess what? You sit out the whole year of that last year of your deal. We still have every right to you, dumbass. You're
That's
still
right.
an unrestricted free agent next year, dumbass.
Yeah,
I'd
'cause
have
they
pulled
can
this
sign
whole
it.
card on that.
Well, what's that thing they do to you? God damn it. Oh shit.
No, you're talking about making him a restricted free agent where they have the right to match. That was his rookie deal. The Cowboys would still own his rights for the next 2 years without the extension.
No, what's the thing they do to quarterbacks? What's the thing they do to quarterbacks, man? That's what I'm
you
trying
mean
to
franchise?
Franchise. There you
I
go.
wouldn't have even
Franchise tag.
franchised him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
yeah,
have
that's
even
what I'm saying.
franchised
Franchise
him.
tag.
No,
Because that's paying when you do that.
Yeah.
That exactly. You got to give him the money when you do that. No, I wouldn't have gave him shit.
I'm just saying the franchise tag. That's what I'm thinking about. Pharaoh, jump in there.
I wouldn't have paid him. I wouldn't have paid him because like I said I would have paid Dak. So one needs the other. Without CeeDee Lamb, he has nobody to throw to. And without Dak, nobody's gonna throw him the ball. So if you don't do them together, what you said, I would have paid him after this season. If the season that they went second round, can I get the second round of the playoffs? You see what I'm saying?
Man, you on a goddamn roll the goddamn night.
Negro, please.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying.
Motherfuckers. Hey, shut up, Pharaoh.
No,
you
what
don't
I'm
piss me
saying
the
is,
hell off.
no,
Now
what
the
I'm
Cowboys
saying
give
is-
them all I got that money just to go home. And matter of fact, they're already home. The season didn't even start yet. They're not gonna win shit. They're not even gonna make the goddamn playoff. You get me hot, and I'm gonna give you enough for just get me hot.
Negro, please.
What you talking about? Should they pay
We do
him?
the man professor.
I'm just giving you hypotheticals.
I got you.
If they'll get into it, they're not going to get there. So everybody wins. We win as fans
Yeah,
because they ain't
Mr.
gone
Joe.
nowhere. and they win because they ain't pay nobody.
Yeah, I like what Joe just said. Jerry Jones has stripped his team to bare bones and is telling Dak and Coach McCarthy win or get lost.
Right.
Hey, but what does that tell you about the owner, how he feels about that?
Well, I would say this. He's never been high on Dak because who did Dak replace?
Right.
Dak replaced
Tony
Romo.
No, Dak not an ass kisser, and that's what Jerry wants.
But that's what I'm
Dak
saying,
is
though.
an ass kisser. Come on now, Dak kisses ass.
But what I'm saying is, he replaced he replaced Tony Romo, and then
Tony Romo.
He's not
No,
he's
don't
not
do
one
that.
of
Don't do
he's not one of those guys. He's not one of those guys that caters to Jerry. See, so he already got 2 strikes against him. So that's why Jerry.
No,
he
I'm
had to pay.
I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
He
go ahead,
caters.
Max.
I'm sorry, but he caters to Jerry when he came out arm in arm with Jerry Jones saying
Yeah.
we won't kneel because Jerry said Cowboys don't kneel.
That's true.
He got rid of me as a fan altogether, and I wanted to see him lose every damn game.
Young and dumb,
So he could. No, he wasn't young and dumb my ass. He was already in the league 4 years after that.
Yeah.
Before that. So I don't give a damn.
That was during COVID.
Yeah,
No.
and he had already been in the
during
league.
COVID, man. And that was during
That was
during
George Floyd, but it was the same. It was around the same time. But again, he had already been in the league a couple years before that. So I don't want to hear
This is the 10th season for him.
2017.
So him not standing up for his own damn people made me less of a fan of him than I already was. So
And
that's
my
number
thing-
one.
Yeah,
Two,
go ahead, what?
Two, he demanding all this money. CD Lamb demanding all this money. Who gonna play with you 2 idiots? Y'all got rid of your number 1 running back over the last 2 damn years and re-signed Ezekiel Elliott, who's washed. You got a rookie who's supposed to help Ezekiel Elliott again, who's washed. You don't want to pay your defensive line. You don't want to pay your offensive line. So half of them have already left over the last 2 years. Who the hell are they gonna play with?
Well, they just signed
And on top
Dalvin
of
Cook.
that, Diggs is-
They signed
Diggs
Dalvin
is-
Cook to the
Diggs
practice
is coming
squad.
back.
Dalvin Cook, this is his what, 5th team in the last 5 years?
But he was a bad boy at one point in time. Though.
Was again.
Yeah, 1 point. So was Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
Tell us how
But-
you really
Thank
feel.
you. And then you got
Mr.
Diggs coming
Joe.
off. You got Diggs coming off an injury. He hasn't even proven himself yet.
But Joe, I'm gonna say
They
something.
gave
They're
him all that money
questioning why
2 years ago too.
I'm gonna say something that Joe just said. I'm gonna say something against what he just said. They don't believe in Trey Lance. They was trying to find
No.
a trade partner for Trey Lance
Yeah.
earlier this off season.
Yeah.
They don't believe
yeah.
in Trey Lance.
Yeah. You know, before
Believes in Trey Lance.
No, and that's I think that's part of the problem because when he did get the starting job in San Francisco, he got hurt, and that's how Brock Purdy came in. And now you're on another team. I think he threw for 347 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he also had 5 interceptions.
5 interceptions, right?
So my thing is, you know, you have to be able to play to get better. And I hate to say it, it's not like he's sitting behind Dak. To me, is Dak a top 10 quarterback?
God, no.
I would give him he's on the
11.
fringe. He's on the fringe. That's what he's on the
He's
fringe.
11, 12.
Yeah, he's on the fringe. And,
10 and a half.
yeah, so you need somebody to learn from. And I don't think Trey Lance has gotten the opportunity to learn to play quarterback in the NFL. And that's part of the problem. But getting back to these sorry ass Cowboys, y'all give CeeDee Lamb all this goddamn money. He better not drop a damn ball. All you damn fantasy football players that got CeeDee Lamb on your goddamn team, every time he drop a ball, y'all need to post it on Twitter. Y'all need to post it on X. Y'all need to post it on goddamn Facebook. Go to TikTok, make a goddamn video. Because Jerry Jones, hey, I love what you do. Because long as you in charge, y'all would never win a goddamn championship.
I tell you what, CD Lamb gonna be out of shape the first game. He's not going
and he
to
say he's not giving it up. He's gonna stay the GM because he does it
and
best.
if he ever cry, give me the ball. They ain't gonna get the ball because your ass out of shape.
And I would say this. I don't wish injuring anybody, but that's usually after they get this big paycheck. That's you. And,
Look at Michael Thomas.
Because they
and just like with
not practice with the team.
It's a perfect example. It's a perfect example when Zeke got all that money. Remember, Zeke got all that money, and he came back. He wasn't the same because he wasn't in shape. No, because he wasn't in shape. I hate to say it. Going to the gym and running routes, that's not the same as being on the field and doing what you need to do. Yeah. So
that's what every athlete tell you. You don't get in shape running around the gym. You get in shape playing.
Yeah, get in there, Pharaoh, man. I didn't mean to keep going off. My bad. Y'all know how I feel about no Cowboys.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Fuck
Oh,
him
good.
and his
Because like I
internet.
said, me and the Cowboys are more the enemies. If they was the
Yeah.
last team in football, I just wouldn't watch football no more. So
Right.
I got you. But fellas, man, let's move it along.
They were the
man. 2
last
weeks.
team. It wouldn't be no football.
Yeah. 2 weeks, man. We counting down. And the regular season is about to start. Man, 2 weeks to go, man. So 2 weeks before the regular season starts, what team besides your own?
It's start
like,
next
besides
week.
your,
The
Okay,
first
then.
game is next week.
Yeah, it actually does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next Thursday.
okay,
Next
then,
Thursday,
when I
Baltimore
wrote
and
this,
Kansas City.
isn't that 2 weeks from today?
No, that's
Next
next
week.
Thursday.
Okay,
The
then.
fifth.
Well, you already see I put Anthony Davis. So shit.
Yeah.
Let the man on the street.
Man, stop doing your shit when you drink, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Look at the
We got-
calendar.
Well, what the hell with it? The football season about to start. So besides your team, who are you excited to see? I'm gonna go to you, Tim Dog, since y'all trying to call somebody out. Tim Dog, who you got?
I like Detroit. I'm telling you now. Detroit and Jared Goff, and with that experience, I think that Detroit is definitely going to be probably in the NFC Championship again. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I say Detroit because with the coach Dan, he's fired up. He got the team fired up, and I've been watching ever since he became a coach. And they went 2-14 or whatever it was. Each year they've gotten better, and last year was their best year since forever. So I expect Detroit Lions to take over the NFC North and to be in the NFC Championship.
I got you. Get in there, goddamn mad professor. Besides your team, who you excited to see?
Honestly, it's just Denver, because I want to see how much Peyton loses before he got to come to the Dome and get his ass whipped.
See,
and
you got a personal grievance against Peyton.
I sure the hell do. And now I say that to say this: the fantasy, his quarterback is riding my bench just to make sure he ain't that good. But I'm interested in Denver.
Okay,
just
then.
like I was last year.
I got you, Pharaoh King.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Hey,
Who you got,
me off
Pharaoh?
with that one.
That's so great.
I
He said,
would
"You want to
say-
see
I would
better,
say
not
I'm
worse."
excited. Yeah. I'm excited to see CJ Stroud with the addition of the Stephon Diggs, man.
Yeah.
You know
Rejoice.
what he did with the subpar team last season. Yeah. Nah, leave it.
Like that, Joy.
Yeah. Sean Payton has really put a
bad taste in their
really
mouth.
pissed y'all off.
Yeah.
It touched the nerve with them jokers, boy.
I need to retire for my health and then join another team next year. Fuck him. I hope another player runs into his goddamn leg again.
I see that.
It would be like Brittany Griner in Russia.
I would drop a ball for Joy. Go ahead, Pharaoh, man. Go ahead, Pharaoh. Finish your thought, man.
No, I was gonna say CJ Stroud with the addition of Stephon Diggs. I'm excited to see what that young quarterback gonna do, man. Because he set the world, he set the NFL on fire last season, and he can't get any worse. I doubt he's gonna get any worse. He's too good of a quarterback.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What I've seen in the offseason of how he used the game.
OG.
That joker has OJ Juicy Fruit.
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, Juicy Fruit. The Juicy Fruit.
That juicy fruit. Oh yeah, y'all. The team I'm excited to see, and I can't wait. I'm sorry, as Cowboys, I can't see the motherfuckers start losing from the goddamn jump.
Who sound bitter now?
Huh?
I said, who
y'all
sound
already
bitter
knew.
now?
Y'all already knew I was waiting. Y'all already know. Come on, man. Y'all know that. And for y'all not knowing that, y'all get the whole goddamn panel get a Negro, please. Because y'all already know I was going to talk about it. I don't want them motherfuckers to do shit. All I got to say is,
Jerry, I got 4 Negro pleases tonight.
That's because of you and your internet.
No, but all seriousness, I want to see what the Chicago Bears going to do. It's 2 teams I want to see. I want to see what the Chicago Bears are going to do with Caleb Williams, and I also want to see what my man, he just got back into coaching down in Atlanta. What's his name? He used to be the Tampa Bay coach, I believe. The brother, right?
Raheem Morris.
Yeah, I want to see what he could do with Atlanta, because y'all division, that AFC, the NFC South is up for grabs. Yeah, because it's up for grabs,
Raheem,
man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, Raheem has a leg up because wasn't he their offensive coordinator last year in Atlanta, or the defensive coordinator? I think
probably defensive. He was defensive, yeah.
So he already had a leg up, and he has never left the NFC South as a coach.
Exactly.
So we know him, he knows us.
Yeah, and that's why I say that the NFC South is up for grab, and I want to see what Caleb Williams can do, because I want to see if Chicago got an offensive line that could keep him upright so he can pass the ball. I don't want him to have the same season like my man down there in Carolina did. He's running for his whole goddamn life. And it's just a shame you get these young quarterbacks and they get shell shocked so fast coming to the league. So I say one team, but I'm giving y'all 2.
No, you talking about my man went to the Steelers. You talking about down in Carolina.
No, he said Carolina didn't have a line, which is why your boy was running his ass off all year.
Yeah.
He was a running back, not a quarterback.
No, because Bryce Young was the number 1 pick. He was the number 1 pick. And they didn't have an offensive line.
And Joe just brought up something that I was going to say. I was going to actually ask the question, do you think Tomlin made the mistake of not making Justin his starter over Russell Wilson?
He asked me. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. The reason why I'm saying no, because if you go out and Russell Wilson had bad games, you know you got somebody to come in. You don't want to, for me, with Justin Fields coming in and having bad games, put Russell Wilson in, and Russell Wilson going on a winning streak. Now your backup, he done lost his confidence.
But
that's just the way I look at it.
The reason I asked the question is because the last 2 years, and you know who it is.
Hold on, George said, give Peyton a Negro, please. Here you go, George.
3 of them, actually.
3 of them.
Negro, please. Negro, please.
Thank you, George.
Well, I just asked the question because
you need one more.
There was 3. The last 2 years, with Russell Wilson, and last year especially with one of the most pass happy coaches in the league, he looked kind of washed last year in Denver. And I'll say it might be because he didn't have a running game, because Denver didn't really run the game that well, didn't run the ball that well last year. But I don't know. I don't know if I trust Russell Wilson this year. I'm sorry. I just don't.
Before I go to you, Pharaoh, because I want to hear what you got to say. But this is the only time I'm agreeing with when we talked about Tua last week. It comes down to coaching, because Peyton didn't believe in Russell Wilson from the jump. And even when he was playing good, Peyton was on his ass. When he played back, he was on his ass. So it seems as though that he couldn't get out his weight. But I think Mike Tomlin will have a different way of coaching him and coaching him up for him to play better. But that's just my thought. Pharaoh, what you got to say?
No. It's just like any player will play well with the person that knows them. Peyton is not he wants another Drew Brees. That's what he's out there looking for.
Well, remember,
that's why he likes Bo Nix.
Well, remember, Peyton actually, and you may not know this, but Sean Payton actually wanted Russell Wilson to usher Drew Brees out, and Seattle wouldn't trade for him.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He tried to get Russell Wilson.
But he was down in New Orleans with that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He tried to get Russell Wilson. But what he saw in Russell last year was why Pete let Russell go, was because Russell is done.
I got you. Your final thoughts. I'm gonna get to know your final thoughts.
Not only that, but the defense. Seattle defense what kept him relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Get into Tim, dog. Your final thoughts.
Russell Wilson, once he got traded, his confidence left him, because he probably felt that he could be in Seattle for a long time, and then when it didn't happen, he went to Denver. He didn't have the same system. He had to learn stuff over and learn receivers. And that could deflate a person, especially when you're on a new team and you're supposed to be the quarterback, the leader of the team. And I think he just lost that edge of competitiveness because of frustration and disappointment at Denver.
Well, he's back in the same position this year.
I think that he should be a backup, not a starter.
But that was what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't think
it'll build up not his confidence, but when he's needed, that'll boost up his adrenaline, his interest. Okay, now I'm ready. I know what to do. But right now, it's a mind game for him. And that's, like to me, when he was with Denver, it was just a mind game.
My thing is, I think that Mike Tomlin is going to handle Russell a little different than Peyton, and because, like I say, he might have wanted him before, but then he saw what he got. The way that he couldn't never do anything right, even when it was winning. It seems as though that he couldn't do anything right. Yeah. So
Russell
that's the point.
Remind me of Keanu Reeves in The Replacements, old washed up, just got that last chance, doing the lockout, and that's just with him. And I do believe Mike Tomlin can bring out that that confidence in him if and when he needs.
Okay, hey, all right. So just a quick answer, Tim Dog. I want you to go first. How many games before Russell Wilson is benched?
He's gonna be benched the first game. I don't think he should be a starter.
Okay.
Did they announce him as a starter?
Yeah, he the starter.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks ago he announced him.
Yeah. Matt Professor, how many games?
I gave him 2. 4. I gave him 2.
4.
You gave him 2. You gave him 4.
I didn't know he was a starter, so I give him 2.
All right, Matt Professor, you say 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they don't win their first 4, he's done.
Yeah. I say 4 too. What about you, Pharaoh?
I'm gonna go 6 weeks.
6
I'm gonna
weeks.
go 6 weeks.
Okay.
Tomlin's known for letting people stay in there for a while to correct their wrongs, because you see what he did with Kenny Pickett. So
yeah,
he didn't have a choice.
Now we got the motherfucker.
But I'm saying, So
every time I calm down, you bring up old shit. That's what I'm saying. Every time I calm down, you always trying to get.
I don't think Pharaoh knew Kenny Pickett was with the Eagles.
Yeah, he do. He knew exactly. He got it written down on his damn tablet. I could jab Jaybird this right here. Kenny Pickett is backup. Well, at least we got a fair trade because because they got Marcus Mariota. So
man scheme, I pick Mariota.
Yeah.
They got rid of Sam Howell for Mariota. Go figure that out.
That's right. But man, let's get into this beef. I didn't know there was beefing, but is Stephen A out of pocket? What do you say to Cheryl Swoops?
But despite the attendance and viewership records, there seems to be some haterade in the league in regards to Clark, starting with WNBA legend Cheryl Swoops herself.
Now, Stephen A is referring to Swoops' extremely biased take on Indiana's recent rise in the standings. Swoops refused to give Caitlin any credit, but her blatant dismissal of a once-in-a-generation type of player is quite comical at this point.
Cheryl Swoops. No, Caitlin Clark. Respectfully, Cheryl Swoops, you have any idea how that makes you look? You have any idea how that serves to stain any kind of critique of Caitlin Clark?
Swoops didn't appreciate Stephen A's criticism one bit. On her social media, she said, "Stephen A. Smith, don't do that. If you got something to say, call me. Or better yet, bring me on your show. Y'all are so funny. If I mention her, I'm hating, and y'all want me to keep her name out my mouth. If I don't, I'm hating, and y'all want me to mention her." But her rant was just getting started. Soon after, she said, at Stephen A. Smith, "BTW, you new to this. I'm true to this."
Pharaoh, your thoughts?
Man, I'm still a little confused. What's going on?
Well, what happened was Cheryl Swoops was on our podcast, and the Indiana Fever has actually got out to after they came back after the break. They actually on a winning streak.
Yeah.
And of course, everybody hyping Caitlin up because she's shooting lights out, but other players on the team are basically playing damn good as well. And when Cheryl Swoop did a take, she didn't mention Caitlin. She mentioned she mentioned 3 other players. And that was Stephen say, that's basically what he's saying is that, okay, you talking about all these other players, but basically Caitlin Clark is the one that's driving the bus. I'm paraphrasing right there. So your thoughts now, Pharaoh?
Yeah. Once again, like who says that a person has to say certain things on their podcast because you're saying things on yours? Like stop chastising people because they're not agreeing with what you're wanting them to say. I don't have to mention if I don't want to. Because like she said, if I mention her, I'm hating. If I don't mention her, you want me to it's a double-edged sword as well when it comes to this.
You can't win.
Yeah. So at the same time, Stephen A, he's not I don't think he's the god of social media critiquing, because he's very questionable on a lot of things that he says.
Yeah.
So
I got
and just by even calling Swoops out. Once again, you didn't have, like she said, you could have called me up and we talk about it, as opposed to you putting it out there in the air.
Yeah, I got you. Get in there, man, Professor.
Well, 1, Stephen A. Smith's hairline is insulting me, so he needs to shut the fuck up. 2, it's like Monica McNutt told him earlier this year, you wasn't interested in WNBA until Lily White came in. And it's amazing how many of these guys who never gave a damn about WNBA was wondering why it's still shown on TV, was wondering why it's still a league, now all of a sudden have to come to the defense of this player. And Cheryl Swoops don't, and like you said, she don't have to put this girl in her in her name in her mouth, because if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston playing her ass off, they'd still be a losing team.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I said that before, didn't I?
Yeah,
I said that if Boston doesn't step the game up, they're not gonna be a winning team.
Right. I mean, so Stephen A. Smith, bruh. I mean, I understand you got Caitlin Clark shoes on, but shut the hell up.
I got you. Get in there, Tim Dog.
First of all, Stephen A. just looking for I don't know, viewers or something, because he's never talked about the WNBA like he has until Caitlin Clark comes in. And like Cheryl Swoop said, you out of your league. I've been doing this for a long time. You're just starting.
Yeah.
And she can say whatever the hell she wants on her podcast. She doesn't blast you out for shit you say. So why are you going to blast her out? Trying to get shit started, don't know what the hell you're talking about. You need to stay in your lane and shut the fuck up. That's why people don't like your little half-air ass.
Yeah,
Okay.
and
That's the thing. When somebody does criticize him, he jump all in their shit about this my mouth. I can say what I want.
But he can't take it. You're right, man, Professor.
So what we talk about Anthony Edwards, right? How Anthony Edwards was talking about something that he's never won a championship, but he's talking about the game, right? Cheryl Swoops is a 4-time straight WNBA champion.
Right.
She can say what the hell she won't.
Yeah, and NCAA. I think did she win one at Texas Tech?
Yeah, she did.
WNBA and Olympics.
Yeah, and Olympics. Yeah.
She's in the Sports Hall of Fame, Texas Sports Hall of Fame. Like, she can say what the hell she won't when she says it. So,
and Stephen A. Smith, you can shut the fuck up because you can't beat her one-on-one.
Yeah, with you 1.4 points per game. Shut up.
And my thing is, I like what she say. She said you could have called me. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you could have called me, and then we could talk. Or better yet, bring me on your show, and we can have this type. We can have this type of discussion. And I really like what she say. If I critique her and I say something, y'all say I'm hating.
Yeah.
If I don't say anything, y'all say I'm hating. So like you say, Pharaoh, it's a double-edged sword. I'm damn if I do, damn if I don't. But I like the way she clapped back on his ass, and I bet you he know the next time before he says something about
he's getting clapped on pretty much a lot this year.
Yeah,
because he won't shut up.
I told you, I blame
he's probably on the way out with ESPN.
Oh no, he not. They just signed him to a multi-million-dollar deal.
Hey, that's their new Sambo. They ain't gonna let that joker go nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, he does like Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards, his head getting all big.
Yeah. I agree with you. I agree with Joe just say too. He was 4-letter network that pushing Caitlin as the wind beneath it.
Right. Right.
Drop another ball.
Yes, the ball. Yes, the ball.
I like
that. Man. He's the new Sambo, man. Hey, he gonna get his money.
Well, fellas, it's that time of the show. Pharaoh, I know you said be what you wanted to be, but I went with something else. So I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna say that.
Hey, okay, so say that next week then.
Yeah. It's that time. So it's that time of the show. We like to bring y'all sports that you didn't know exist. We gave you the great hobby horse because we got to keep running them down. Hobby horse, netball, toe wrestling, tech ball. Yeah. We gave you a lot of them, but ladies and gentlemen, here is the sports that you didn't know exist. And fellas, ladies, y'all could do this sports as well.
Of all the sports in the world, this one must be one of the weirdest. Extreme ironing. And now the man who invented it has decided to make a comeback after 11 years of self-denial. Rock climbing Brit Phil Shaw, otherwise known as Steam, claims to have invented the pastime when he came home to find a pile of ironing and decided to take the boredom out of the domestic chore by doing it on the edge of a cliff. Others rose to the challenge and have ironed underwater, upside down on a climbing wall, and even on the back of a cow.
Professor, I see you love that sport. Your thoughts?
So you want to iron on the back of a cow?
No, the one that got me was under fucking water. That's the one that got me. Your iron won't even stay hot.
Why that motherfucker didn't get electrocuted?
But see, this is why I say white people got too much time on their damn hands.
I see.
Because you know some Negro ain't
country was, right?
I mean, my God. Move on.
I will tell you, there's a championship. There's a championship. I'm tell you right now, there's a championship. As you can see, they say that he took a break for 11 years. So there's an iron board championship.
Yeah,
so
but
go ahead, Pharaoh.
So how? But I want to know, how is it judged? Like the wrinkles, the creases. Like, I didn't know what.
I want to see a motherfucker try to pleat a skirt.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to know also, how the hell did he get the iron board between the rocks? Because you need all.
The shit of it is, one of those battery powered irons just don't get rid of wrinkles.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, my God, you know. Let's move. No.
We gotta get Tim Dog. Tim Dog thoughts. Your thoughts, Tim Dog.
Who the hell gonna be running through the woods with an ironing board on their back?
Hey, man. Hey.
Man, that's stupid.
That's hey, y'all got to understand now. We all, I can say we all probably play some type of athletics, but some people never played. Some people never had. I mean, some people never was athletic their whole life. That's why we bring them these type of sports. See what I'm saying? So, everybody got an iron. You got an ironing board. Just strap it to your back and just start
running in the field. What do you have?
I'm just saying, we got to bring the people something they could do. We got to bring them something they could do.
I like the chess boxing over this.
I'm sorry, man on the street. You get a Negro please.
Hell no, man, because I
know that dude get a Negro please. Exactly. Like Joy said, was he trying to perfect it? I mean, what was the break for?
Yo,
hold on, yeah, that's a break dancing.
This is just I mean, my God.
But how you upside
you know
down?
What? You know what? I'm gonna start a new sport. It's called changing a goddamn light bulb.
Oh goodness. Oh man. Hey fellas.
They gonna have that. Ready? Go.
Hey man, y'all know, man. We got to bring the people something, man. That
you know what? No. I'm sorry. Before you finish, man on the street, I consider more of a sport what I watched in the great movie, Negro movie. I'm gonna get you sucker, the Grotto Olympics, where they had to strip the car in 5 minutes. Yeah, that's the goddamn sport.
Tim Dog brought that up. Remember, Tim Dog said that before.
Yeah. Running from a damn dog with a TV on your back, an old school TV on your back. That's a goddamn sport.
Yeah.
But this shit.
Yeah, but ladies and gentlemen, that's y'all weird sport of the week. So hey, if you got an ironing board and you got an iron, just strap it onto your back, and you could be a world
get that
champion.
industrial size one.
You could be a world champion.
No, don't get no Rowenta.
Iron your clothes. But ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. Oh, it's time for our trivia question of the week. So Pharaoh, let's get it. You go ahead and get yourself prime, ladies and gentlemen.
Google.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah, hey Google. Hey Google.
Yeah.
Pharaoh King, what's your trivia question of the week?
Right, hey, since we're about to head into this dude still laughing. We're about to head into football season, the NFL.
That's right.
We're planning for the Super Bowl party next year. So my question is going to be the Super Bowl. And,
I got you.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. That might have some genders upset. So,
oh Lord,
that has some transgender tongue wrestling.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. So, what's the question? Let me hear.
So here's the question. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Which Super Bowl champion scored the most points in the regular season?
Ooh, what the fuck?
Did they win the Super Bowl?
Or? From 1990 to 2010. Those are going to be your.
Did they win the Super Bowl or no?
Yes.
Okay, so championship team scored the most points
during the regular season.
During the regular
season. Yeah.
During the regular season and won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I'm gonna say the Rams. Greatest show on turf.
Yeah. That's a good one too.
That is a good one. I'm gonna pick my 2009 Saints team.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
Which year?
Jerry Rice. I'm going Jerry Rice.
I said year. I ain't say the player.
Oh, I said the 49ers.
Yeah, but they won 3 with Jerry Rice.
Oh,
that's
shit.
Right.
I want to say the second one shit. The one he won the MVP. His MVP year shit. I mean MVP of the Super Bowl.
Well, I'm gonna have to say, Tim, you're right. It is the greatest show on turf.
I knew it had. I knew it was either Saints or Rams.
Yeah. The greatest show on turf was that was.
Well, if I wouldn't have said 2010, I don't think you guys would have.
No,
I gave you a time frame
because
I would have said no.
The Rams played. They came out of nowhere when they had the trash man. The quarterback. He was just slinging it everywhere. And fucking what was that? Isaac Bruce.
Yeah. No. What's the call it? Was the star of that team? Marshall Faulk. Marshall Faulk made that team. Marshall Faulk was he made old boy a household name. Marshall Faulk catching the ball out, running and catching out the backfield.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Marshall Faulk made you have a running back that can actually catch the ball out the backfield. And he's the prototype. He's the prototype. They had other running backs that could do, but Marshall Faulk did it the best to me.
Yeah, he was the best.
Yeah.
Okay then, man.
Yeah, you're right. Hey, Tim Dog got it, man. Somebody got my answer.
Okay, then, well, about time. Shit, sooner or later somebody had to get one right.
1 for 12.
We all 1 for 12.
Because I actually had a basketball question. Y'all want to go extra or no?
Go for it.
Okay. Man, see, you don't know. See, that's why I want to gamble with you. See, you don't know how to quit. Take your money and leave. See, you try to get back in, you're about to lose all your goddamn money. What's the question now, Pharaoh?
I'm only going to bet on the sure
basketball question.
What's the question? All right. What is it?
Hey, this is for you basketball fans. Which player owns the highest career scoring average in NBA Finals history with a minimum of 10 games?
Kevin Durant.
Hell no.
Okay, so I will give you a timeline of 1990 will be y'all's timeline, the end timeline.
Yeah, I'll say. Oh, that's the end. 1990.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that ain't Jordan then.
I don't think it was gonna be Jordan anyway.
No.
I want to say Kareem, but something tells me that's wrong. So I'll just stay with Kareem. Shit, I don't.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Magic. I'm going with Magic.
I'm gonna say
Stop looking at the computer, Tim.
No. I'm
Come on,
Wait a minute. Boston. Larry Bird.
Nigga, a player, Larry Bird. Okay, I'm about to say.
So I said Jerry West, but the answer is Rick Barry.
Golden State Warriors.
Oh,
man, I forgot.
He averaged 36.3 points per game in the finals.
Joseph Bill Russell. Okay. Then.
I want to say Bill Russell. He wasn't playing in the 90s.
Yeah, that's right.
So many.
That's right. Yeah, Golden State do have what 5 championships in it. They do got 5. They have 5. Okay, then. All right, but thank you for that, Pharaoh. You know, that's why I said $10. You take your money and go.
Now
home.
you done lost all your
damn
money.
I lost all your money. Now you back to zero again.
That's okay.
He's leaving as he got there. Bro.
You know what? That's the thing. I've only been to a casino, even though we have one here in New Orleans once in my entire life. Yeah. And I bet $20. And when I lost that 20, I cried the whole goddamn way home. I ain't even need the 20. I was just mad I lost. Yes, sir. When I lost that first quarter, I was pissed. What you talking about?
Hey, you know, we want to thank everybody for tuning into the Better Than Sex podcast.
There you go.
Y'all got me on top because I was trying to laugh and see if I got to say. If I can see your face, you done lost your $20. God damn it.
Hell yeah. I ain't even get my free drink and everything.
That would mess me up. But before we go, we always try to give you something to think about, something funny or useless information. So let's get his ass out the way right now. Tell Dog, what you got for the people?
What I got for the people today, I was watching National Geographic.
What I told you.
The only white whale, the beluga whale, is the only whale that scientists and biologists think that they give each other names, and there are different beluga whales in north and south of the equator, but they are the only species that would accept a non-beluga species into their culture. In this documentary I was watching, there was a narwhal that got separated from his pods, and the beluga just accepted him. Now, the narwhal is a cousin of the beluga, and the belugas can understand some things, but they accepted this narwhal for years. And it just goes to show that no matter your difference, you can always help someone who doesn't look like you.
Okay, Tim Dog. I'm gonna give you this first. I'm gonna drop a bomb for you. All right, let me take you off the big screen. But I'm gonna tell you all I heard was this. Matt Professor, what you got for people before we go?
Well, I'm gonna ask Tim, did he know that certain whale species have, when depending upon where their pods are, have different dialects?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said sports and entertainment are the only places where inner city kids see themselves being able to succeed. Their intellectual development is something they don't relate to.
Because they see that sports.
They see those kids every day.
Yeah, right. You see that sports is their way out. I like that. Man, Matt Press, you don't get the crickets. I like that. Pharaoh King, what you got for the people before we go, man?
Fuck you, Matt Professor.
I would say the best snacks are always 5 foot something with tattoos, a smart mouth,
God,
and they're a little crazy.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
You said snacks.
That is what the Negro said. Oh my God.
What the
Oh my God.
You gotta give him a Negro, please.
See, this is what's messed up. Whenever he says some shit like that, that's when his internet not fucking up.
That's what we wanted to fuck up.
All I gotta say is, this motherfucker is off the goddamn chain. What the fuck?
man, Pharaoh, man. I don't know what the fuck to give you on that one.
If you have problems at home, don't go to this motherfucker.
Oh my God!
But thank you for that information, man.
Once again, you want follow me for more. Follow me for more advice at Pharaoh_71 for more, relationship advice. And King Ryan on Facebook.
I got you. Go ahead, shout out your social tip, dog.
Father's Love 99 on Instagram. It's all about me, my son, and my grandson. Snap.
get in there. Back for shout out your social
Now,
tip. for following,
Pharaoh,
man.
Pharaoh, I almost don't want to ask you this shit, but is it Pharaoh spelled like you have it on the screen, or the more
the correct
more
way?
Correct way.
No, that's that. My man on the street understands why I did it like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah.
just asking so
No,
that
it's
we
not
know
like that.
which one we following.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's like that. Yeah.
But okay, but
yeah, it's like that. Yeah.
But you find me the madprofessor.1 on YouTube and Instagram, and if you don't look at no video I do, look at the one I put out for you today, because it's some heavy ass information for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, you can follow me at the Audacity Podcast, Creative Canvas Expression
My God.
on YouTube, both on YouTube.
5 foot with tattoos.
And of course, you can also find us every Friday night, 8 o'clock, for what? 2 cigars and a blunt. And make sure you stick around for the after show called Ashed Out. And we just have a good time on Friday nights. And then come back next Wednesday, 7 o'clock, for the Better Than Sex Sports Podcast. And as you can see, we always have something for you to make you laugh. And hopefully you had a good time. And with that, ladies and gentlemen,
And we need to stop traumatizing you.
yeah. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I am the man on the street.
This is Pharaoh King.
This is Tim Dog from Be More Careful with the Snacks.
That's right.
And I don't even want to say who I am no more.
With that, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Y'all have a blessed night.